Greetings, fellow grade 12s. It's Mr. Shajai here. Welcome to Back to Basics. Now, basically, what we are looking here, we are looking at our financial mathematics and we are looking at our preliminary paper. This is prelim, which is 2021 from the Gauteng province, right? We're just trying to check and understand in terms of how do we go about when attempting questions of financial mathematics, right? Now, let's go straight to it. Now, firstly, they say Jeanette invests a lump sum of 5,000 into a savings account for an exactly 2 years. The investment earns an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded quarterly. Now they say what what is the quarterly interest for Jane's investment, right? So now they want to know in terms of how much is Jane going to get in terms of interest per quarter? Remember, it is given by a quarterly payment, right? All right. So now let's see in terms of what is the best thing that you can do now. So you can simply just say the 10%. Remember, the 10% is going to be earned, right? The 10% is going to be earned what? It's going to be earned quarterly altogether, right? So basically, this is same as 10 over 100 multiplied by 4, right? And then the answer that you're going to get here, this is going to be same as 2, this is going to be 2.5%, which means each and every quarter it's going to be what? It's going to be 2.5, and it makes sense because if it's 2.5 now, 2.5 let's say after another 3 months, 2.5 after another 3 months, and 2.5 after another 3 months. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. Then this is going to be this gives you one, this gives you one. So the totality is still going to be 10%, right? So yes, per quarter it's going to be 2.5. Okay, so basically that is going to be that one. Now let's move swiftly along. Now, what is going to be the next question here? They say calculate the amount in Janet's savings account at the end of what? At the end of 2 years. Now, what type of an account is this? Now, number one, this is going to be just this is just going to be a compounding account, right? So this is going to be A is equals to P into 1 plus I to the power of N, right? Now, Jane is investing how much? This is 5,000, right? Since Jane is investing 5,000, this is going to be 5,000 into 1 plus the interest that is going to be earned. It's going to be 0.10 over. This is going to be over for how long? This is going to be for quarterly for 2 years, right? Okay. Now, what is going to be this? Now, when you plug this in your calculator, the total amount that you're going to get, it's basically going to be 6,092 comma 01 altogether. So basically that is going to be the amount that you're going to get. Now, let's look at 6.2. Now in 6.2, they say Sihle inherits. So they are saying Sihle inherits what? 800,000, right? He invests his entire interest in a fund which earns an interest of 14% per annum compounded monthly at an end of each month. Now Sihle withdraws 10,000 from the fund. His first withdrawal in is exactly 1 month after the what? After his investment, right? Now they say how many withdrawals of 10,000 will Sihle be able to take from his fund? Now, what is it that they want us to understand, right? Let me just try and break this down to you. So they are saying Sihle basically received a fund of 800,000 and then took this particular fund and instructed the bank that this particular 800,000 is going to remain in the bank. But instead of him or her taking the entire money, he's only just going to take 10,000 each and every month, right? So now they want us to then calculate in terms of the amount, or rather the amount of 10,000 that Sihle will be eligible to make from this particular fund altogether. So, which means now basically this is going to be part of the present value annuity, right? Because this is the amount that is present now, right? So this is going to be the present value annuity, which is X into, this is 1. This is going to be 1 subtract 1 plus I to the power of negative n over what? Over your I. Now, what is going to be the x? Now, the x, it is 10,000, right? Let's start with the present amount. Now, the present value that Sihle is having, remember we know that Sihle is having 800,000, isn't it so? Yes. Now, the amount that Sihle is going to be paying is going to be taken from the bank is only 10,000, right? So this is going to 1 subtract 1 plus. Now they said the interest that is going to be received by Sidley is going to be 14 percent, right? It's going to be 14 over 12 for this to the power of negative n over this is 0.14 over what? Over 12. Okay. So now what is it that you are going to have now from here? So the first thing that you're going to do now from here, this is going to be same as 800 multiplied by 0.14 over 12. Then this is going to be divided by what? Divided by, this is divided by 10,000, right? Is equals to, now here, what is it that you're going to have here? Let's see. So when you say 1 plus, let's see. So this is going to be 1 plus 0.14 over 12. Let's see in terms of what is that. That one is same as 607 over 6. So this is 1 subtract 610 what? 607 over 600 to the power of what? Of negative n. Now then after that you are going to transpose this one, right? So when you subtract this one from here, the value that you are going to get now, this is going to be same as 0.67, right? So this is going to be same as 0.67. And then now what is it that you're going to have here? So which means this is same as 0.67 is equals to 0.67 is equals to what? Is equals to this is same as your remember this is negative 0.67 is 607 over what? Over 600. Now you are going to just obviously you are going to just divide by the negative. Remember this is to the power of negative n, which means now your n is going to be your negative log. It's going to be log of this is going to be log base of 607 over 600 into 0.67. Okay, now what is going to be the end that you're going to get from this particular fund? Now, you're going to get that your value of your n is actually negative. Remember, this is negative n. It's negative 233. So this is 233, comma 469. This is 233. 233, comma 469, right? So which means basically the number of payments that is going to, or rather the number of 10,000 that Sihle is eligible to make is actually going to be 200 and what? 213 withdrawals, right? So which means Sihle is going to be able to make 213 withdrawals. So which means now, for example, if we can convert that into years, so which means now this amount is going to be same as what? So we are saying now Sihle will actually be able to withdraw these 10,000 for the next coming 19 years, right? So that's going to be that particular amount. Okay, hopefully all of these now makes sense to you now, right? Now let's see in terms of what is it that you are going to do now thereafter. Now they are saying exactly 4 years after his initial deposit. Now Sihle decide to withdraw all the remaining money from his account to use as a deposit towards a house, right? So they are saying Sihle decided that after 4 years, now Sihle wants to buy a house, right? So he wants to withdraw all the amount of money that is remaining in the bank, right? So now the question is, what is the value of Sihle's deposit? And now this is going to be what they say correct to the closest friend, right? Now remember we have our formula for our outstanding balance, right? The formula for our outstanding balance is given by this. Outstanding balance is given by A is equals to, right? Or this is actually P now because that's the principal amount. Outstanding balance is going to be P into 1 plus I to the power of n subtract. This is going to be X this is going to be subtract x into 1 plus, or rather into, yes, into 1 plus I to the power of n, subtract 1 all over what? All over your I, right? Now let's see. So what is the principal amount? Now we are saying, now for how long? So we want to know that the amount, which was what? Which was the 800,000. So we are going to start by doing this. Now we are going to say the 800,000, right? The 800,000 into 1 plus the interest. This is 0.14 over 12 for how long? Now, this is for, remember they said after how long? After 4. So this is 4 times 12, right? Now, what is going to be this one? Let's calculate this one first, right? So now, the money that you'll be having here, this is 1,396 thousand and 5,54 altogether. Then now we come back. Now we want to know in terms of how much money. Remember, this is what? So remember, this is the amount of money that Sihle invested for what? For 4 years. Now we want to know in terms of if this is the amount, if this is the interest that this man is going to make after 4 years. How much money did Sihle take from this particular bank, right? So this is going to be same as what now? This is the X is going to be 10,000 into 1 plus this is 0.10 over 12 to the power what? This to the power of 4 multiplied by 12, subtract 1 over what? Over your 0.10 over 12, right? Now, so what is going to be this one? What is the amount that you're going to get here? Let's see. When you plug in your calculator here, this is same as 638 577,36, right? And now you are going to subtract this money from this particular fund, right? So when you subtract these two, the outstanding balance is going to be what? The outstanding balance that you're going to have here is going to be same as your 757,428 comma 18, right? So which means this is the money that will remain in the bank. Okay. So this is the actually the deposit that Sihle will make, right? But now they said in red, so which means this is going to be only just 757,428 only. There is no 18%. Okay. So basically that is going to be the outstanding balance that you are required to calculate for this particular question. Okay. Now let's look at our B. They say Sihle deposit exactly 30% of the purchase price of the house. What is the purchase price of the house to the nearest right, right? So now from this particular amount, remember the amount was 757,428 multiplied by 30%. 30% is 30 over 100. So this is going to be what? Now, when you plug that in your calculator, what is it that you're going to get? So they said, which means Sipo actually deposited what? Deposited, this is 2 5, this is 2 5 2 4, this is 2 4 760 altogether. So basically that is going to be the amount deposited altogether. Hopefully all of these now are, or rather this is not necessarily the deposit, but now this is this was what basically this is going to be what? This is going to be your purchase price, right? This is going to be the purchase price, not the deposit, right? This is going to be the purchase price. Altogether, hopefully all of this makes sense to you now, and you're in a position to answer all these types of questions. Thank you very much.